Hi, all the signs of the Zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your mid-month Psychic Tarot update for July 2018. This month, I'm using the Aquarian Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, now into your reading for the mid-month of July 2018. First sign I'm starting with is Aries. Aries, the first card you have is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is financial bankruptcy. You could be feeling emotionally bankrupt. You could be depressed. You and a partner could feel depressed. Maybe there's financial issues and financial things going on in your life that you need to focus on and pay attention to. Some of you, now not all of you, it's a general reading, but some of you are really worried about your bank account. You may feel like there's too many things going on with your bank account or whatever's going on in your life. It doesn't even just have to do with the bank account. You have ups and downs. There's ups and downs going on here. Some of you are really trying to figure out how things may have gotten that far in, like how you got that far in debt, or how things, ran away with you that far. Some of you really just feel like you really don't want to look at it. You don't want to look at it, or you don't want to face it. Some of you may consider going and getting some advice. You may be getting advice from someone, like a lawyer, an accountant, a financial advisor, a family member that you trust that knows a lot about, managing money. Some of you may have experienced a lot of things in recent months where a lot of things happened really fast to you, one thing after another. Or you may have just gone on, sometimes this can happen where you're like, this happens, then that happens, then something else happens. Like, it's that kind of energy I see swirling around you. Prior to now, like leading up to now. You may feel overwhelmed, like there's too many things for you to do. And like maybe you need more time to sort things out, especially if anybody's putting a deadline on you. Like, you have to pay this off by this date or that date. You may feel pressured by some kind of deadline. It could be just regular bill paying debts, but I do see you worried about some kind of deadlines. Now, the second card you have here is the High Priestess, and this is your high spirit guides coming in to give you a message. It could be you being the High Priestess, where your own psychic ability and your own intuition is kicking up and you're like the psychic intuitive here. It could also be something that's been kept secret or hidden from you or by you. I feel like some of you Aries are starting to feel differently about yourselves. And like you want to revise something, like you want to revise your life, or you want to revise your looks, or you want to revise your health. Something in your life you want to have revised or revising. Could be your finances even. It's kind of like you're going through a cathartic period where you need to struggle to get through to the other side. It's like struggling to make a breakthrough or struggling to get through to the other side. I do feel like you are finding out in this mid-month of July some bits of information that's useful to you, that if you compile them together is going to help you along your way. Yeah, again, I get that energy of, I really feel like many of you Aries had a lot of things like fall in your lap at once. Many of you may have really been trying to create some semblance of harmony, either in a love relationship or your family life or your home life or at work. But I feel like a lot of Aries, it may not apply to all of you because it is a general reading and you do have to go by your rising sign a lot of the times. But it's like swimming against current. I feel like Aries have felt like, I'm trying to get peace, I'm trying to get balance, I'm trying to improve my situation, or improve things going on in my life, but I'm swimming against the tides. That's the feeling I get for Aries. I see you making lists. I see you making lists of things that you have to do. I also see you being irritated by things, and you may even make a list in this middle of July of things that are irritating you. I see you being ultra cautious in July, middle of July, about the words you use. Like when you want to describe something to someone, you're being really thoughtful, like, wow, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. Or, if you're around bosses or higher ups or, people that you just feel like a little on edge or tense about, you're going to be really super vigilant about what you're saying. So this is just a little update here. Please be sure to watch in the beginning of August because those readings are 3 times as long as the update. So I hope that was of help to you, Aries. Now on to the sign of Taurus. And the first card you have here, Taurus, is the Star. And the Star means spiritual blessings or an answered wish or answered prayer. There's something that you wanted to have locked into place or nailed down. And whatever that was, it will be nailed down. Maybe it was an offer you wanted to make on a house. Or maybe you were trying to get hired for a job and you weren't sure whether they were going to hire you. Well, it's gotten nailed down. If you had any checks that were supposed to come to you, royalty checks, dividend checks, checks from, I don't know, like disability checks or unemployment checks or insurance payout checks for anything, you're going to start to get some checks that are going to come in. Some of you have really spent a lot of time getting more in touch with your spiritual side of your lives and the side of yourself, because I see a lot of you making those kind of connections or trying to strengthen that through prayer or other rituals that you believe in. Like I'm picking up you doing that, and I'm feeling like it's going to pay off for you because it really seems wise that you would have done that. Some of you are going to be meeting somebody or talking with somebody that is going to be giving you a lot of insights and things to think about. It could be a preceptor for a college class you have to take. It could be a counselor or an advisor. It could be, I don't know, but it could even be a boss. I just get you talking with somebody and you're getting like all this like insight and information that's going to really be beneficial to you and help you. If you work for another business, or even if you own your own business, I see a big advancement for a company. So it's either the one you own or a business you own or one you work for, but you will be advancing one way or the other. Whether it's your own business or whether you work for somebody else, there's big advancements coming here for you. For some reason, Taurus, you've really drilled down and looked in lots of paperwork and going over things with a fine-tooth comb, like almost like investigative journaling, almost like investigative journalism. But it's not that. It's like you looking into bank accounts or facts or figures or studying something or going over documents and papers with a fine-tooth comb all swirls around the Star card. Now, the other card you have, this card, honestly, I counted how many times, showed up 4 times out of the 12 signs. That's pretty ridiculous. A lot, I think. 5 of Pentacles. Aries just had it too. And I shuffle these cards many, many, many times. So don't think I'm just doing a quick shuffle and then pulling the 2 cards. This was many shuffles. And this is bankruptcy. Financial bankruptcy, emotional bankruptcy, maybe needing to pay attention to your finances. Maybe there's something you're overlooking or you're not paying attention to. Can also mean a card of depression. Some of you are really focusing on your money, like putting your money in a vault, putting your money in a safe, really focusing on your money, also thinking of how you can protect your money if it's not through safety deposit boxes, vaults, safes, or anything like that. Maybe you're doing other kinds of protective measures. Some of you may have recently had to sell off something to pay off a debt. And some of you Tauruses may even find out that there was some kind of misappropriation of funds that went on around you with either your own money, your spouse's money, family money, or the company or business you own or work for. Some of you are going to find out that there was some kind of weird dealings with money or a misappropriation of funds. Some of you it may greatly affect. Others of you it may just be a peripheral thing that you're going to find out about. If you find out, I'm not wishing this on you. I'm not. Please know when I get things that sound upsetting, I do not wish this on the sign I'm reading. But I do feel like if you found out anything that went on illegally in the past, you may decide to take some court or legal action, or maybe there's like a group of people that are starting to do it. You may get in on that suit because I do get some of you, because I hear the word statute of limitations is not up. So something that you find out, you could still try to do something about it if it's a legal issue and if it has to do with money. But again, it's a general reading, Taurus, so not everything I say here is going to make sense to you in this reading. But please stay tuned to the beginning of August, because that reading in the beginning of the month is always 3 times as long as the mid-month update. But I hope these messages were of help to you. And now on to the sign of Gemini. Gemini, I felt a little weird when I saw your cards, especially the second one. Your first card is 9 of Cups, and 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. All good things coming to you in an emotional sense. Could be a certain thing that you wanted to see happen. It ends up happening. You could feel contentment and be filled with joy, happiness, and contentment also when the 9 of Cups shows up. I do feel like you have a lot on your plate in July, even if you're going to go on vacation. I don't care. I get a lot of things on your plate and having to finish one thing right after the other. Some of you may have been having troubles with nosebleeds in July. Maybe you live in a dry climate and it's too dry, or maybe you have allergies and your allergies have kicked up. I don't know the reason for it, but I do pick up nosebleeds for some of you. Some of you may also have, I don't know why I'm getting health issues here, sorry, but I am getting them. Some of you may have a goiter or some issue or problem going on with your thyroid gland. It could be hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism. Either it's speeding up too fast or it's slowing down and not working that good, or you could have a goiter on it, which means you have hypothyroidism. I do feel that some of you are casting aside some kind of doubts and fears, and I feel that some of you are really doing some things to work on yourself. It could be diets, exercise programs, it could be changing what you're eating, like a lifestyle change. I see you feeling like if you did not feel like you were looking your best, or your skin tones had changed or whatever, I see things improving for you and you getting more revitalized energy. You may start to drink wheatgrass, or I don't drink that, so I don't know, but I've heard it's not the nicest tasting stuff. But I don't know what you're doing, but I see your energy, you're getting more invigorated, and your skin tones are better. You're going to feel like more vivacious and invigorated. Some of you that have been looking for love, I feel by the end of don't freak out. Don't freak out at the time frame I'm going to give you here. Please don't. It could be the end of this year, but I really feel like by the end of next year, by the end of 2019, some of you that have been looking for love, especially women looking for a guy, you're going to have a significant other. It's either going to happen by the end of this year or by the end of 2019, which is what I really feel strongly. Now you have the Hanged Man. This is the card that made me feel weird for you. I'm not really sure why, but this is being in limbo, not moving forward, not moving backward, being in a state of suspended animation, and you have to draw very strongly from your own psychic ability and your own intuition at the time the Hanged Man shows up in a reading. You know, some of you are getting kind of like you're getting put out on a limb, or your bosses or employers may be hanging you out to dry, and they may not be really listening to you and what you're saying. And if it's not bosses, if you're not working, or if that doesn't apply to work, then it's in a family situation, because somehow you feel like people are pushing you out on a limb And then that any complaints or issues you're bringing up for the family or the company or the business to know about, they're not really listening to what you're saying. So you feel like hung out to dry, like you're in limbo a little bit here from that. Some of you are going to start taking some kind of courses or course of study. Could be online, could be at a night school class, could be just a one session thing you're going to do, or it could be even going back and getting a degree or going through some kind of special training or program to learn a skill or a trade, or to get some kind of permit, license, or certification. Also, man, health things keep coming up for you Geminis. I'm not really sure why, but I also get that some of you may have trouble with digestion. You might have indigestion or acid reflux or trouble digesting certain foods in the mid-month of July. I don't know, but you had a lot of health things that popped up here. Some of you are going to get invited to attend a gathering where there's a lot of important people that are going to be there. And whatever this is, you're going to be talking to them, getting to know them better, and this may actually help advance your career. If it doesn't help your career, if you're a non-working Gemini, it's going to help advance your social life. Some of you may, health again, sorry Gemini, some of you may be experiencing knee trouble or back trouble, and some of you may benefit from going to some kind of physical therapy for any of those issues. If you don't meet a new love, some of you may also, could be another situation, or I see a new friend also for some of you that really is good about taking you around to see different sights and new things. So I see you having somebody to hang with and do stuff with, and they seem new. So I hope this messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Cancer. And the first card you have here, Cancer, is the Six of Swords, which can be moving on to better shores, can be long distance travel, can sometimes be commuting for work or a job relocation, but usually to me it's a residential move or moving on to better shores. Some of you are packing up and getting out of someplace and leaving. Some of you are actually moving or traveling, because I get packing up and leaving. Some of you are moving or considering moving if you haven't done it yet, because I feel some of you need to be closer to your work. Maybe your job recently changed, or you just feel like the commute's been too long, but I do get some of you having to do that. Some of you are actually going to be talking to employers or higher ups about a new job that could be in the business or company you work for, about wanting to get a promotion or some new position you would like to have. And you may be talking to your higher ups about, like, what do you need to go through to get that? How can you apply for it? It can also be talking to higher ups about getting a job like that at a new job. And the higher ups are for a new job. Some of you may feel like you need to be connecting with people that are like-minded. Or maybe you live at a distance from people and you feel like you're too isolated and or you're not around enough people that care about you enough, so you need to go somewhere where people are going to be receptive to you, or where you feel loved, or you want to meet new people that are like-minded people like you. So you might want to start going to certain classes or certain groups and organizations or meetup groups, or putting yourself in a position where you feel like you would very likely meet up with some of these, like I said, either people that love you and care about you, or like-minded people. Some of you, boy, health is coming up again here. Some of you may have a problem with eating, and that you may end up having, like, where you eat something and you're going to the bathroom like really fast. I don't know. It's weird. So be careful of what you eat. Try not, if you're eating out, be very cautious about where you're eating out and what you're eating. I don't know. Or maybe you're going to catch some kind of bug. I don't know. It's strange. So the next card you have, now let me say this. I took note of this because I know it's only twice, but really, I was like, again, with the Knight of Swords. This showed up for 2 of the signs. You're one of the 2. But also a Page of Swords showed up. So I thought that was interesting. Lots of swords and pentacles in these readings this month, in the mid-month. And you have the Knight of Swords, which would be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. That could be their sun sign, their rising sign, or their moon sign. Could be you, Cancer, if you have a rising sign or moon sign that's air. They may be helping you out of a jam. They could be very talking to you and being very supportive of you in July. They have some good ideas, and they're good about marketing it or spreading the word, and you may decide that you're going to subscribe to what they're doing. Like, you may join in with what they're marketing and promoting, or you're going to be getting some help or assistance from them in some way. This would be a good person for you to be in any kind of partnership with, romantic or really work or business or sideline things, because I get, regardless of how they're going to be connected with you, they're ready to do the legwork. So they'd make a good partner either way. Good legwork in a love partnership, do a lot of legwork in a business partnership. I feel like you're going to see them as like they're stable, they're good and they're stable, but you're also going to see them like they're fun and they have some kooky ideas, which may sound like it doesn't really make sense, but I feel like you're going to see that they're whimsical or they have a fun side to their personality and a little wacky, but you're going to feel like they're solid and stable at the same time. Some of you, this could be someone looking to you for love. This could be a child, if you have an air sign child that has a rising sign, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign in an air sign. This could be a romantic partnership, a romantic person that's going to be interested in you and looking to you for love. So it's not going to be the same for all of you, because when the people cards come up, they can mean so many different things here in a general reading. So you just have to see as you wheel into the month of August how this actually played out, because it may not make sense to you right now in the middle of the month of July. You may be like, I don't know, this isn't resonating with me. Well, come back and listen to this in August and see if this person doesn't end up making sense to you then, because, predictions have a way of not making sense to the people hearing them sometimes at the time they're hearing them. So the next sign, I hope this reading messages helped you anyway, Cancer. So the next sign I'm going to look into is Leo. And the card you have here, Leo, one for your 2, is the Queen of Pentacles. And this is a earth sign female, usually. It could be a male, but this would be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. That could be their sun sign, their rising sign, or their moon sign. Could be you, Leo, if you have a rising sign or moon sign that is an earth sign. There's a lot of adjustments and things that need to be made in connection to this Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, this could be your mother or a family member to you that is having some kind of personal problems or health crisis or something, and maybe they need home health care, or maybe they need rehab, or maybe they need to move and downsize their home into something more manageable, or maybe they need to come live with you. They may be lost. I get they're retracing their steps. I also hear a lot of things are missing. This could be a relative to you that may be going through dementia, Alzheimer's, or they could just be going through somebody not having those issues where they're like turning around like, where did I leave my keys? What happened to my pocketbook? Where is my that DVD? Where's my book I was just reading? Like, retracing their steps. And if they're not losing objects, which I feel some of them are, they may be lost, like these planetary energies that are going on this month. I mean, come on, they're kick butt in July and August. I'm not an astrologer, and I'm not delving into it in these short mid-month readings, but wow, it could be just the planets affecting this Queen of Pentacles. I feel this Queen of Pentacles, whether it's a male or a female, is trying to get you to help them. I feel like that's what they want. Whether you want to do it or not, I don't know right now. But I'm getting, that's what I feel many of them want from you. Even if they're preaching that they don't, I feel that that is what they want. You may feel already like you're doing everything and that's enough and you don't need to do any more. Or you feel like they're doing everything. The Queen of Pentacles is doing everything and it's too much and they don't need to do any more. That you have to weigh. I don't know, because I see it as it could be either one of you feeling that way. They may be really asking you to do a lot of things for them, maybe running errands or help find things or help them reorganize their finances or help them go grocery shopping or help them clean their house or walk their pets. I don't know. You have to see. You got 7 of Rods next, Leo. This is you closing the door on negative communication or negative energy coming at you, or you're holding it back and keeping it at bay. You either close the door on it or you're keeping it at bay. It could have to do with the Queen of Pentacles or not. It could be a separate issue. You know, you have to fight for your rights and stand up for yourself, especially if you feel like you have too many things being pushed on you or too many responsibilities being pushed on you. And you need to stand up against either your bosses or your other family members. It's happening either in your workplace or with family doing it to you. One way or the other, you got to stand up for yourself and speak up and stand up for your rights here. Some of you may have broken your finger in July. Be careful of that. Ooh, mine's cracking as I did that. Ooh, that creeped me out. Sorry. Or you could really severely break your fingernail, split it or break it, or your finger. So be very, 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 very careful of your digits in July. Somebody you know is going to get arrested. They may be getting arrested for drunk driving or, I don't know, lewd or not lewd behavior, but like disruptive behavior, like disturbing the peace, disruptive behavior, DUIs, I don't know, but somebody you know is going to you're going to hear about is getting arrested. Now, keep in mind, this is a general reading, Leo, so not every message I get is going to apply to you. Just keep that in mind. I don't want to worry you that I pick up an arrest. You may also feel like you have a lot of people asking you for things or expecting things from you, or you may be feeling like you are being pulled in a lot of different directions. Could be like maybe you got all these, clients or work situations asking you for this, that, and the other. Then you got all these family members that this one wants this and this one needs you to do that and da 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 da. Like, I don't know, but or it could all be coming from your spouse. I don't know, or your significant other. I just get like, but it feels like multiple people to me. It does not feel like one. You've got multiple people asking things and expecting things of you in this middle of July. So I certainly wish you all the blessings with that. And, know your boundaries and protect yourself from other people's negative energies. I would look that up online to see methods how to do that. Call in Archangel Michael, put a protective aura, ask for a protective shield around your aura. Whatever you can find that will work for you. You need to do that in July and even in August. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Please stay tuned to the beginning of the month of August, because at the beginning of every month, my psychic tarot readings then are 3 times as long as these short updates. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Virgo. And the first of the 2 cards you have, Virgo, is the 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is fate, destiny, meant to be, love relationship that is destined, fate, or preordained, meant to be. It can also be, you could have that kind of soul connection. It's a soul connection. You can have that with a child, a sibling, a parent, but usually this is a love relationship to me, but it's not going to be the same for all of you. There's somebody that's like lighting a fire in you, and some of you are feeling instigated. Now, it could be passions of love, Or a love partner to you could be instigating you, not in love, in a different way. This is not going to be the same for all of you. Some of you are going to cash in some money, like something that you own, a CD, or like sell something big because you want some kind of money that you're going to do something with it. Buy another home, buy a new vehicle, buy something very expensive. I don't know, but I see you like cashing in something, or cashing in your IRA, or selling something because there's something you're getting ready to buy. To me, that looks like it's kind of like a big purchase. You may feel like you and your partner are at odds or at cross purposes with each other, or like you have different agendas right now. Doesn't mean always, doesn't mean you're going to get divorced or split up. It's just now in the middle of July, you may feel like you're seeing things differently. You're not seeing things eye to eye. You may feel like you're at cross purposes with them. But they're instigating you. They're lighting some kind of fire in you. But for some of you, it could be like sexual tension, chemistry, and passion. It could be that. It's not always like anger. I don't want to sound like all I ever say is something negative to you guys, really. I also feel that some of you that are in a coupled relationship may feel like there's something that you need to get rid of, something has to go, something you have to sell. It could be a car, it could be a house, it could be a boat, or, maybe you have a vacation home or vacation property or some rental property or something. But I feel like you do come to an agreement on that. That is one of the things that the two of you do see eye to eye on. So the second card you have here is the Knight of Swords, and this could be an heir. So this is the second time the Knight of Swords showed up he showed up twice out of the 12 cards, and you got him here. The other sign that got him was Cancer. So this is a air sign person. This is either a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius, sun sign, rising sign, or a moon sign. Could be you, Libra, if you have an air sign as a rising sign or moon sign. This is somebody you have a lot of camaraderie with, a lot of good, like, you can see things, you're really good at seeing things with good spatial relationships. So I feel some of you, you're in partnership with them. It could be a male or a female. Don't be thrown, it's a knight. So I feel the Knight of Swords may be who you are coupled with in this Two of Cups situation. And I do feel if that is the case, or if it's a close friendship to you, or a sibling, or even a child to you, I do feel like you... So as much as it says you may not be seeing things eye to eye in July, I feel in general you usually do have the same vision. You do see things in a similar way. They may... Now this could be you or them. Or you could be the Knight of Swords, even though it's air. I get them replacing things and redoing things and fixing things. So it could be repairing equipment, repairing machinery, repairing clothes, fixing homes, fixing watches, clocks, garage doors, cars, lawnmowers, whatever. But I get like replacing things and redoing things and fixing things. So either you're doing it, they're doing it, you could be this Knight of Swords, or the two of you are doing it together. Some of you Virgos may experience dizziness or blurred vision in the middle of July. This could be to do with all the wackadoo planetary energies that are going on, or it could just be you're getting sunstroked, or you're getting overheated, because I see you feeling dizzy, you may be feeling headachy, and you may even experience blurred vision. So be very, 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 very careful. Don't stay out too long in the sun. If you start to feel that way, sit down. Don't do anything try not to overtax or overexert yourself. There's no hurry here. Even if you feel like you're under pressure, nothing is worth your own physical well-being that you want to, so you want to protect yourself. And that goes for the Knight of Swords. If it's not you, the Knight of Swords needs to do that, needs to slow down, take it easy, careful of their vision, don't get overstressed. So I hope this reading was of help to you. Now on to the sign of Libra. And the first of the two cards you have, Libra, is the Two of Pentacles. And this is weighing your options. Having to make a decision or a choice between two things. You could be feeling wishy-washy here, going back and forth. It could be two jobs, two loves, two places to live, two of anything, really. And there's emotions tied up here in this choice or decision that you might be weighing. I see you weighing your options in the sense that there's some big plans or big projects that you feel like you're getting revved up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically to tackle them. But then on the other hand, you feel like you're not ready to. So I see you feeling like you're charged up, you're ready to tackle plans. And then on the other hand, I see you having fears or worries. So I feel like that's some of the things you're weighing here. Some of you are going through a lot of sleepless nights, and you may be having this happen about a family member that you're concerned or worried about. And I feel that some of you are getting like antsy or anxiety that kicks up in your chest about them, or something you're afraid is going on, or something that you're worried about this family member. Situations are going to change. And drastically in some ways for some of you Libras once you get into February of 2019. Now you may go, why are you bringing up February? I don't know. That's what my guide said. They're bringing up February, so I'm mentioning it. And believe me, before you know it, you're going to be sitting there and going, oh my God, it's February. So it's not as far away as you think. Some of you are going to have to get unhooked from some business arrangement or business deal that involves money. Maybe you went into partnership with a friend, or you lent a friend money, or you're doing, or to a friend or a family member, a son, a daughter, or I don't know. But there's some kind of, so it could be a contract you need to get out of, or linked up to some kind of unhooked, you need to get unhooked from some kind of business deal that is involving money. You may feel also annoyed that some people around you may be having too many accusations at each other, a lot of finger pointing going on around you, like maybe even at you, but it could be family members or workmates doing it at each other. I don't know, but I see a lot of finger pointing going on around you in mid-July, maybe even going into August. You have the Seven of Rods next. Now, another sign got this too. I forget who else got it. Oh, Leo got it. This is a card that symbolizes negative energy or communications coming at you, and you're either shutting the door on it or you're keeping it at bay. Something broke and fell apart, and that you need to fix it. It could be something at work, like a fax machine, a piece of machinery, or it could be something in your home. It could even be a relationship, but I get something broke and fell apart, and now you need to fix it. But a lot of you, I feel like it has to do with something to do with a work, or something that would be a work-related thing. If you feel like anyone has blown you off, you're going to confront them, Libra. Because I see you being tired of somebody blowing you off. It could be a family member. It could be a friend, could be a coworker. I don't know who it is, but I see you getting ticked off, feeling like you've gotten blown off, and you're going to, for some reason, maybe these eclipses this month are getting your ire up, and you may, I don't see you shutting the door. I see you saying something. Some of you may be saying, why do I get tangled up with these people? There's so much emotional drama going on. This could be in a group of friends or a circle of friends that you have. It could be family. I don't know, but I see you questioning, like, why am I Maybe you've questioned it because it's gotten forced upon you. It could be a family you got born into and you have no control. But I get, why do I have to be linked up or around these people that are causing so much drama? I see you feeling that way in the middle of July. And maybe even in August as well. Some of you need to be careful that you don't get a summer cold, or that you could have some issue with a sinus trouble. It could be allergies, but I get like a sinus infection. And if that kicks up for you, make sure you get Bragg's apple cider vinegar and drink at least 1 tablespoon, if you can stomach more of it, in a 8-ounce glass of water when that kicks up, and do it 3 times a day. And you can cure your sinus infection with that, because I've done that when prescription medicine didn't cure it. So remember that remedy. Some of you will have a new romance that's going to be blossoming, but I don't really see that happening until September for some of you. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Please stay tuned to the beginning of the month of August, because at the beginning of the month, my readings are 3 times as long as these mid-month updates. So now on to the sign of Scorpio. And the first card you have here, Scorpio, could be you. It is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is a water sign person, either being a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. Could be somebody else you know, but it very well could be you, Scorpio. Some of you Scorpios have somebody boring into your business that really shouldn't be doing it. It could be your private life, meaning your business, or it could be work life, or that kind of business. But you got somebody like boring into it, looking into it, or sticking their nose in it that shouldn't be doing so. Some of you may be feeling in mid-July like you're getting ready to travel, or the feeling of like wanting to get out of this place, which is either your home or your work, comes up here as well. I see some of you doing things differently. You're saying, I'm spreading, and I see you spreading the news and spreading the good word. So I feel like some of you are going to be, I don't know what's the good news or good words you're saying, but I do see some of you doing that. Like you're spreading good news or spreading the word of some sort. You may have felt like things got out of hand for you in your life in some way, or you got a little bit confused or a little bit lost. And you may be feeling like in mid-July and going into August, like you're trying to ground yourself and get yourself back into center again. And believe me, with the planetary energies of these 2 eclipses in July, and Mars is retrograde, and Mercury goes into retrograde, and then we have an August eclipse, and all these planets, a lot of planets are retrograde. I think it's 5 or 6. I think it's affecting you here, and it maybe have contributed to your feeling of a little lost. For some of you, there could be a new romance that pops up, and this is for a small portion of you, but I see it popping up, and I feel like that's more likely to happen for you in August, in the first half of August. Now, the card you have next is this card, 5 of Pentacles, came up 4 times for the 12 signs. And I have to say, Pentacles cards in general, 7 times they came up Pentacles in this mid-month of July. So money is a factor for many of you, and this is financial bankruptcy, emotional bankruptcy. Could be you're not focusing on something, there's something financially you need to focus on and pay attention to. It can also be depression. This card can come up when people are depressed. Some of you may be having a little bit of a difficult time gathering up your finances to buy something big. Maybe you want to get out of a place you're living, or you want to purchase something, or a new home, or a bigger home. Or maybe you would like to renovate the place that you're in. And I'm not saying, some of you don't have the money and you are having trouble getting it together, to gather it together to be able to do that. And some of you, it could just be a delay. It could be a financial delay. I also feel that some of you Scorpios may have had a recent occurrence, could be happening right now in July, could have happened prior to July, where there's been a drain on your bank account. And the drain could be, maybe was somebody else. Maybe your love partner or somebody connected to you had too many expenses, or maybe they were tapping into your money and draining it directly. I don't know, but I get some of you, it looks to me like your bank account could have been drained to do with someone else, or maybe you had to spend a lot of money on them. It could have even been something like that. You know, and I get this sense from you, Scorpios, that you really need to feel very grounded and stable right now. And any kind of love relationship that's questionable or has too much drama or puts you in an uneven keel, emotionally speaking, just isn't going to work or do for you right now. You need like solidarity, balance, like drama, and things that are emotionally uncertain and wavering are not good for you right now in July. You're going to become very discerning about your speech and who you talk to and who you interact with anymore, and become very pragmatic about your speech. It's very interesting. I see you being really selective. Like, I don't know whether you're cutting people out of your life. You might be, but there's certain people you're definitely not going to talk to, and there's certain people that you are going to avoid, or I don't know. It's like and maybe it's even if you meet new people, you're going to be extremely discerning about who you talk to and who you interact with. That comes up with this energy in July. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. And the first card you have, Sagittarius, is the King of Rods. And the King of Rods could be you. This is a fire sign, male or female, either being a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. Your energy and your mental state feels like you're skeptical of a lot of things in mid-July. You may feel a little bit of a strain on your pocketbook or your bank account. I feel like there's some things that you need to straighten out or organize to do with your finances. Maybe you just need to reconcile your checkbook, or maybe you just need to start budgeting your money, or your expenses seem like they're getting out of whack or out of hand. Some of you are actually considering retraining your mind or re-educating yourself. And retraining your mind could be on your own. You could be doing that through self-help books, through online studies and programs. You could be doing that by attending seminars or gatherings. But you could also be going to classes of some sort, or getting ready to sign up for some classes. I see some of you also pushing hard about getting things fixed that were broken. If you've had equipment failures, cars breaking, air conditioners breaking, hot water heaters, whatever, I see you going through a spell where you're going to push hard to get things fixed. You know, some of you have a dream job or a dream opportunity that's going to come to you, and I really feel it's completely out of the blue. But a lot of you, don't get upset. Some of my guides are predicting far out today, here and there. You're getting it too. It may not happen till 2019. But, you know, we're past the midpoint of 2018. So 2019 is not that incredibly far away. Some of you may have a herniated disc in your back or in your neck. It would be advised for you to step away from caffeine. Especially if you find any lumps anywhere. Like, I don't know. For some reason, it feels like caffeine is aggravating things like that. So the second card you have here in your reading for the mid-month of July is the Page of Swords. And this is an air sign person. This is either a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. Sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be a child to you if you have an air sign, sun, rising, or moon sign child. It could also be you if you have an air sign as your rising sign or moon sign. You may be at odds with them. They may be talking back to you or giving you the business in some way. You may be feeling like they're a little bit difficult or a struggle for you in July and maybe even partially in August. You know, I feel like they're trying to do things with a twist, or they're trying to do things differently. They may also be trying to break rules or break the rules of some sort, and they may be experiencing a little bit bizarre behavior, or suddenly like, so let's say, you know, this Page of Swords and they act normally very studious and serious, or like a bookworm. And then all of a sudden, they're listening to rap music, they got a tattoo, their clothes are completely different, and they're, you know, hanging with completely different people. I don't know, but I see like they want to do things with a twist, or they want to do some kind of big change. Maybe they want to alter their persona, or what they look like, or who they're hanging out with. All that kind of energy is swirling around this Page of Swords. It's like there's something you want to tell them. There's something you want to do for them, but I feel like you want to direct them or help them or tell them something. It's like you're trying to warn them. You want them to be careful, to watch out who they're trusting, watch out, be cautious of their own physical self. Like you're worried about them and you're trying to guide them, tell them something, give them caution. They may not be open and receptive to that. They may be saying you're too smothering them, or you're too ridiculous, or you're like they're not agreeing with your point of view about it. Like they want you to stop. They want you to stop. If this is a boyfriend or a girlfriend to you, they actually may even want to break it off with you. I hate to say that, like, ooh, cavalier, but it might be the case for some of you only because, not because of what you're doing. It's like they're changing. They've got all this like stuff going on with them. So you just have to see how it plays out. Sagittarius, please stay tuned at the beginning of the month of August, because those readings I do at the beginning of the month are 3 times as long as the mid-month updates. So I hope it was of help to you. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. And the first card you have, Capricorn, is the 7 of Cups. And this is scattered energy, scattered thinking, scattered emotions. Choose wisely from the illusions around you. You could have difficulty in making a decision or a choice about something. I see some of you Capricorns taking something up to the next level. It could be a love relationship, or it could be something to do with your career, your work, your job, your business. You're doing a lot of figuring things out. There's a lot of things you got to figure out, and you're doing that in July and August. There's somebody that you're going to find out was hiding information from you, and now you're not going to trust them anymore. And you did worry about this. It's not like it's a total surprise to you, because prior to it, you were worrying about it, and now I feel like these eclipses are making it come out and confirming it for you in this month of July. If you are in a love relationship, some of you, your romantic partnerships are going to be heating up and steaming up and getting more serious or more interesting for some of you, especially, it's going to sound bad to say, but especially for those of you not seriously coupled, like those of you that are dating or seeing someone, or you have like a kind of a significant other, but you're not married or you're not living together yet. It's going to start heating up between the two of you and in getting more passionate. I feel like some of you have to figure out a lot of things yourself this month, and almost like the feeling of somebody's giving you too much to do. It could be your boss. It could be your spouse or significant other. It could be your kids, but it's, or a parent, even if you have to take care of them. I get you feeling like you have too many things to do, like they're maybe a little bit unreasonable too. Some of you are dividing things up and you're separating things. You could be dividing things between 2 locations. Maybe you're dividing things up for a yard sale. Maybe you're dividing things in an estate sale. Maybe you're dividing things up like, this is the pile of stuff I keep, this is the pile of stuff I throw away. I don't know, but I get you dividing things up in mid-July going into August. You have the 7 of Pentacles next, And this is being tired and exhausted of your hard work and efforts, but gaining financial gain from those hard work and efforts. And it could be, it could have to do with money you get through a job. It's possible it could be a work-related card. Yeah, I do feel those of you that are working Capricorns, I get, and now they're asking me to do something else. So I do feel some of you Capricorns, like your bosses are making you look at, like, do another job or add more work to you, or now they want you to investigate this stuff. Now they want you to figure this out. Like, I do feel some of you are getting put upon a little bit here. If you have the ability to hire somebody to help you with some of what's getting put on you, I do feel you will do that. 15 months from now, I see you extremely success-driven and you getting some cash from that being success-driven. Now, you may say, 15 months from now, I want to know what's going on in July. Well, the guides this mid-month of July keep wanting to tell people what's happening out in the future, maybe because of all this planetary kookiness that's going on in July and August, and they want you to think of better times and not focus on what's going to go on right now. I don't know, but I do see you being successful 15 months from now, very driven with success and money coming to you. I do see some of you getting a new job or a new opportunity at your job. It's one or the other, a new job or a new job opportunity at the job you're already in. And that has come up for quite a few of the signs. So a lot of you may be experiencing these raises or job changes, no matter what sign you are, because it's come up a lot. It's like some of you are going to have extra money that's going to come to you. It could be through dividends paying off in some investment, or you could have been getting some kind of bonus, or doing some extra work, or working on the side, or doing sideline gigs or hobbies or something, or turning a hobby into a cottage industry. I don't know what it is, but something is coming at you where you're going to have extra money. Doesn't feel like a raise to me. It feels like you get this extra money somehow, and I feel like you're going to spend it. I feel like you're going to spend it on something. It could be frivolous and fun, or maybe you're spending it on, a car or important equipment you need. I don't know, but that comes up for you, Capricorn. So I hope this message were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Aquarius. And the first card you have, Aquarius, is the Five of Swords. And this is standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand, standing up against any naysayers, gossipers, or detractors. It's like it can be being prepared and ready for battle. Like you may want to battle somebody here. Anything that you have felt, or any person or situation where you have felt like you have given this person or situation many, many chances, and it is not working out, you are not going to give any chances anymore. You're going to put a stop to it. Some of you are going to have new romance that develops in February or March of 2019. See you breaking things apart and analyzing them. This has come up quite a bit. You may be looking into, like, going over financial things and what can you get rid of, what expenses, like, do I really need to have this plan on my phone? Do I really need to have this extra bill? Like, getting rid of, like, extraneous expenditures. I see some of you breaking apart, like, financial things and looking them over and seeing how you can trim down, cut costs, and economize. Anybody that comes in, romantically speaking, for you that's new, if they don't have the right stuff or not meeting your criteria, you're not going to have anything to do with it. I see you not giving people chances with that. Like, if you're single and people are interested in you, you're going to know whether they're the right person for you or not. And if they're not, you're going to be like, no, thank you, but no thank you. If there is something that you have always wanted to say, but you never said it, you're going to muster up the courage and you're going to say it in July. This is going to take people or the person, whether it's a multiple people or the person, back. They're going to be surprised at what you say. You're going to feel victorious about it, and like it was something that needed to happen and something that needed to get said or something that needed to get done. So I don't feel you regretting it after you said it. You have the Knight of Cups here, so maybe the Knight of Cups is who you're standing up against, but possibly not. The Knight of Cups is usually a water sign person. This is either a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This card can also be you, Aquarius, if you have a rising sign or moon sign that's water. This could be somebody you meet that you want. Either you had a long-standing love relationship with them or a deep love relationship with them and you wanted to be partners with them before, and they're coming back in and you're going to reignite with them now. Or this could be someone new that comes in, and maybe you knew them before in a previous incarnation. Maybe it's not even this incarnation. This Knight of Cups is, for some of you, somebody that's going to view you as special or view you as unique. Now, keep in mind when these people cards come up, they can mean multiple people. This is just what I'm picking up right here. It could be somebody else entirely. You may have trepidation about this Knight of Cups. You may be wishing they were different or that something was changed about them or their circumstance. Because I see you, like, you're not completely like, woohoo, about this Knight of Cups. You're not. They're more that way about you than you are feeling that way about them. You're not convinced about them. You feel like trepidation over them, and you're wishing something was altered or different about them or their life or their situation. If this is somebody new that you meet, there's a bond that's going to develop here between the two of you, and it's going to grow stronger. If you're already coupled with them now, I feel the message still applies, that your bond with them is going to grow stronger. I see many of you Aquarians feeling like you're getting rid of a lot of unnecessary baggage and that you don't want to do it anymore. And whatever this is, it could have to do with your emotions, your feelings about things from the past, what people have said or have done to you, how they've treated you, and whatever you would consider baggage. I feel you're actually going to be getting rid of some of that baggage in July, and it wouldn't surprise me at all because these two eclipses in July and maybe even the one in August as well is going to affect you, especially the one on the 27th, because that's full moon lunar eclipse in your sign of Aquarius. So you can figure, I don't care whether it's your sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign, it's going to affect you. And I know some Aquarians, I'm an Aquarian, I know some Aquarians besides myself that it is already affecting greatly. So, and we haven't even hit it yet, because it can affect you before the eclipse and up to 6 months after. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Please stay tuned to the beginning of the month of August and every month, because those readings are 3 times as long as this mid-month update. So now on to the sign of Pisces. And the first card you have, Pisces, is the Two of Rods. And the Two of Rods is partnership in business or partnership in romance. It can also be something that you're creating or presenting out into the world, your work, your creativity, or something you want to show to the world. I feel like you're going to be bubbling up and coming up with a lot of ideas. And I do feel that many of you Pisces are getting ready to put some kind of big foot forward here. You're a big step forward. You're either going to try a new career or try a new job path or try for a new job, or it could even be like go to, start new education of some sort. I don't know, but it's like, I feel this is like the gathering up of the energy and you're bubbling up with good ideas and inspirations. It's like the inhale before the exhale and the step. That's what I feel like now in July for you. Some of you may be teaming up with your friends or extended family and friends to take some kind of vacation in July. Anything that you left unfinished, it may be grating on your nerves. And you may decide, you know what, I'm taking that project out and I'm finishing it once and for all. Or I wrote that book, I'm going to take that book, I didn't finish it, I'm going to write it once and for all. Or I started to take a class and learning how to do whatever, and I had to stop for some other reason, so now I'm going to go back and finish that class. Whatever it is, you're going to feel like things that you started that have been left unfinished are going to grate on your nerves, and you're going to want to complete them or finish them. There could be, I don't like to give this here, and I know it's not a death card, so you guys are probably going to be wigged out when I say this, but some of you Pisces may experience a family member dying unexpectedly or quickly. It could even be a pet. I hope it's not anybody at all for you at all, but there is a portion of you that may find this out. Now, this could be somebody that's at a distance, maybe not a really close relative or somebody you see all the time. It could even be somebody that just feels like family to you, but they're not blood related to you. I don't know, but that's not going to be the case for all of you. Some of you are going to be hiring a lawyer. Because I see you looking into like things that need litigation or things that need lawyers to look into it to figure something out for you. I'm not sure what the legal issue is. I don't know that it has to go to court. It's just like I feel like you need lawyers to look at something, documents or paperwork or a contract. You have the Four of Pentacles next, and this is holding on protectively to your money. Holding on protectively to things of value could also mean financial success coming to you in the future. This is often called the miser card. So you could be money could be a main focus here. And Pentacles, out of all the suits of the cards, what showed up 7 times out of the 12 cards. So that's quite a bit. I feel that some of you are revamping your style, and some of you are going to be revamping also something to do with how you make money, because I see you finding a way to bring more money into your life. Some of you Pisces are also going to go through a little stint here. I don't know if you're going to do it in July or August or if it's going to be after the fact, but I see you selling things you don't want anymore. So that for some reason you want to increase your cash flow. I do see you getting rid of things you don't want anymore. You could be selling it on Craigslist, eBay, yard sales, flea markets. I don't know where you're selling it. I just see, or Let Go, one of those apps or whatever, or the flea markets I think there's one on Facebook. You're getting rid of stuff. Some of you are selling things and getting rid of it. If you work for somebody else and you're not your own boss, you may be asking for a raise. I also see some of you Pisces looking at your money and thinking maybe your career path, or you might want to change your career path if you think that the career you're choosing or that you have already chosen is not going to bring in the kind of money and income that you want. So there's a lot of thought going on here for all the signs, really, a lot of them about money, and you're one of them. I also see you feeling very precise about wanting to do things a very certain and specific way, either with your money and finances or using your money and finances. And because of this particular way or particular thing you want to do or particular thing you want to do with your money, you're going to be getting advice about it. You may be talking to a lawyer, an accountant, a bookkeeper, or people in your family or friends that happen to be knowledgeable about investing or to do whatever, or knowledgeable about whatever it is you're trying to do. Because I see you getting advice and you're getting very particular and specific and precise about something to do with your money in mid-July and going into August. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you all so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. If you're interested in getting the special videos I recorded for each sign of the zodiac for the 2 eclipses in July. It's not about the August eclipse. It's about the 2 July eclipses. I did a 7-card star tarot spread for the eclipse effects for each sign of the zodiac, videos for download and purchase. You can access these videos by clicking on the link below this video in the description area called the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for the 7-card star tarot spread eclipse effects videos. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Click on the videos tab on my menu, and they should be the first video series listed at the top of that page. You just click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Also, if you're interested, you can get my psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac for download and purchase, and you can access them by clicking on the other link below this video, and they are also available on my videos page on my website. You just look for the psychic crystal readings for July 2018, click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. So I wish you an absolutely amazing rest of the month of July, all the signs of the zodiac out there, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.